But yeah, so again, things are looking pretty bad. At the moment, we got general quarters. And Yes now is finally out of the infirmary. So we now officially have a squad of 2 that we could send out in the event that another operation comes up. So let's head back to the geoscape, chat, and we'll continue to do what we can. We just need to pass some time. Now, for those of you that are curious, the issue that we're running into at the moment is that there is a UFO flying around down here, and it's kind of fucking up the works. Now, I say that, but then I don't actually see it anymore? Chat, am I missing something? Where did the UFO go? Where is... I don't know where the UFO went. The series will be done in a stream or 2. Listen, Swift Draw. Don't you fucking start talking shit. Check your dark events. Yeah, it still says Hunt XCOM. What? XCOM? To check. Why are you like this? Where is the thing? It's not here. It's not showing up. Show active. That's what I need. Hunt XCOM. UFO hunts the Avenger. Yeah, so this is still going on. I don't know if it ever goes away. Like, it's still there. But I don't see the UFO. So... to Templar HQ we go. I mean, if he's not down here in this area, I'm absolutely going to take the opportunity to heal. Although, the only reason that the UFO went away is probably because he's just waiting to ambush me when we're not ready.
These findings will likely prove crucial to
Oh,
our
here we go,
ongoing
chat. The
efforts,
Viper
Commander.
King autopsy is finished. Let's check it out.
Despite an extensive study of Dr. Valen's research reports, I have yet to
Tigan.
discover how she came to acquire such an impressive
Tigan.
understanding of the processes involved in the editing and manipulation of alien genetic material.
Tigan, put a sock in it, buddy. Having carefully studied what remains of Dr. Valen's personal research reports, I've slowly come to understand the depths of her intellectual curiosity and the degree to which she was consumed by her ambition. Yeah, that tracks. By reversing key changes in the Viper's genetic structure, traits intentionally suppressed by the aliens, she created this, Subject Gamma, the Viper King. The idea of a Viper Patriarch is in itself intriguing, considering there have been no previous sightings of any male members of the species. Keep that in mind, chat. That means that all the Thin Men from the original new XCOM were also Lady Vipers. That's kind of, like, considering that they all looked like the stereotypical hentai rapist character, that's kind of weird. That also means that technically the speaker is also female. So, you know, just put that in your think space for a little bit. The idea of a Viper Patriarch, let's see. Valen theorized this may have been an intentional form of population control, the Elders having restricted their subordinate species' ability to breed. Having seen the apparent nesting site created by Gamma and the discovery of egg clutches, none of which were left viable for sampling, I can say with some confidence that the creature did immediately set out to pursue the natural instincts that had long since been restrained through genetic tampering. In other words, Snake Mommy Harem. Chat. Snake Mommy Harem. As of yet, I have no explanation as to how the Viper's venom glands were affected in such a way as to change their form and function so dramatically. Further study will be necessary, but I've promised to allow some of Gamma's remains to be utilized towards a new conceptual armor design. Inspired datapad decryption. Is it instant? No. I don't really want it then. Assassin weapons, 9 days. Chat, I want them so bad, but 9 days? Go away. No, no, go
I
away.
await your orders, Commander.
The shotgun. And the sword doesn't really matter as much anymore because now Elijah has given up the sword and wants to use mind bullets now. So now the sword isn't as important. I mean, you say that, Erst, but I could put that 9 days towards plasma rifle instead. Like, we got 20 days on this bitch. Like, this is 9 days to get 2 weapons. This is 20 days to get the best weapons in the game. Erst, possibly. I don't actually know. Like, I'm looking through here to see if maybe the upgraded, if the autopsies might be hiding the upgraded other weapons that mech troopers get. It doesn't look like it, though. But yeah, plasma weapons should give you upgraded weapons for the mech troopers as well, I would think. Hard to spread bow with a sword, though? I mean, you say that. It just means you need to work on your... Yeah, exactly what Erst said. It's a skill issue. You need to work on your swordsmanship. That's all it is. I don't know. Like, I feel like the plasma weapons is a better long-term goal. Like, don't get me wrong. The assassin shotgun is really fucking good. But we only have 2 people that use shotguns. So for me, this is essentially a choice between take a research that only makes 2 soldiers better, or take a research that makes all our soldiers better. So to me, even though the plasma weapons are going to take longer, it's the better investment of time because we can make everybody better with this, not just the 2 people that use shotguns. What's storm gun? The storm gun is the plasma version of a shotgun, I believe. It's, if I remember the description, it basically uses plasma, like it super accelerates a chunk of metal through a net of plasma that then essentially just creates a giant flechette thing. Like, if I remember right. I could be remembering wrong, it's been a while, but I think that's the in-game lore behind the plasma shotgun. Alright, let's get the plasma weapons started again.
I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
Because again, what I would like to do is I would like to finish up plasma weapons and then start focusing down some of the end-game research projects. Some of the glowy purple room stuff. Because we had to put all that on hold to get armor so we could go after the Chosen. Alright, let's hope that the UFO doesn't come after us, and we'll spend some time at Templar HQ getting people healed up. Okay, Crappy has finished their physical conditioning. They're getting +1 mobility and +11 ability points. So who goes into training next? Erst? Erst is actually up for his conditioning training. EW is as well. We've got Dark Sarah, Ro, Thanosi, General Kors, and Grendler are all available. I think it'll probably be better to put in somebody who's tired. Windows, what the fuck? Why are you blooping at me? I think it'll be better to put in somebody who is currently tired. so that we can keep the people that are actually ready to go. What do you think, Chad? What do you think? What do you think deserves it? Do we do it by rank? Do we do it by rank? Or do you guys have some other criteria? Row, most tired? Okay, that makes sense. Because I think it takes 5 days anyway. So he'll still be resting when this finishes. So that makes sense. Alright, so what? Wow, hold on. What? Actually, wait, I don't have to do that. I just realized the interface has right here his fucking stats. Because normally I exit out to go look at their stats, but I didn't realize it has his stats right in the middle of the screen. Because, as it turns out, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I know Ro was in the chat earlier. I don't know if they still are, but Ro, if you're here, now is the time. Now is the time to chime in. If not, chat will decide your fate. As of right now, their strong points are their mobility and their defense stat. Actually, no, their dodge is better than their defense. So, as a point of comparison, for folks like Virgin that aren't as intimately familiar with the stats as those of us that have played a lot of XCOM, usually anywhere between 1 and 10 is a pretty good defense stat. Anything over 5 in a dodge stat is really good. Mobility usually plateaus around 15 for most characters, but you can get it higher than that. And then aim, you generally want it to be somewhere in the 70 to 80 range, but if you can get it higher than that, you definitely want to. Erst says train aim. I mean, normally I would agree with you, Erst. The only thing is, Ro uses a flamethrower. And yes, I know it's become something of a meme that all of our flamethrower people keep missing. I just feel like there are better stats to put your points into as someone using a flamethrower. I mean, personally, I'm of the opinion that mobility and dodge are the big stats, if you're not specializing otherwise. But he missed how many shots? I mean, look, that was a while ago, okay? Like I said, I know it's a fucking meme at this point. Rose says he's driving to pick well. I mean, subscribes to the School of Piccolo. I mean, you're not wrong. I said before, I'm all about dodge and mobility. Like, I want to move as far as possible because I want to make the most of my positioning and my movement, and I would rather dodge. Like, I would rather that shots just not hit me at all. That is the ideal scenario. But, I'll tell you what. Chat, we'll put it to a vote. Give me a second. Let me pull up the poll. I'll let you guys decide. Let's see. Which stats? Some boosts. And I'll go with aim, mobility, dodge, and then what else? I mean, I don't think that we've put him in for psychic grading yet, so I'll put in will. I mean, will is kind of a dump stat for most people, but I'll put that on there as well. Alright, chat, there you go. 2 minutes. If you don't see it, refresh. And you should see it at the top of the chat box. Remember that democracy only works if you engage with it. So put your votes where you think. Whatever stat you think we should give Ro physical conditioning on. Again, all of the stats are useful in their own way. It's just a matter of, you know, based on his status as a medic slash flamethrower guy, what do you think is going to be the most useful? What do you think is going to better complement that skill set? But chat seems to be mostly even, although nobody wants to, well, one person wants to vote for Will. But everybody else seems to be largely split down the middle. But get your votes in. Get your votes in. And we'll again, I like to let you guys make as many of these decisions as we can. Come on now. Yeah, dodge stuff is good, Shinigami, it is. And I like dodge because, again, I would rather avoid damage completely. The only problem with dodge is you have to get lucky enough to roll the dodge. And the higher you get the number, the more likely it is that it'll proc. But you're still looking at, on average, only procking about 10% of the time. So, you know, every once in a while you'll get that clutch dodge that saves you from a really bad hit. But it's, like most defensive stats, it's not something you can rely on. The two defense stats that you can always rely on are HP and armor, because you know how much of those you have. But the dodge and the defense are both... I mean, you say that, Urs, but you know what I mean. And chat has decided, again, by a very narrow margin, to go with mobility. Only one vote difference. Only one vote difference. Mobility it is. And don't forget, everybody that goes through the training not only gets that, but they also get some additional abilities. So, shit. Who was it? Who was it that just got out of training, chat? I forgot. Was it... Chat, I genuinely don't remember. Who was it that just got out of training? Crappy, that's who it was. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, Crappy. Alright, so let's see, what ability did he get? Oh, well there you go. Your extra conditioning ability is your run and gun cooldown is reduced by 1 turn. Or wait, no, that's a thing that we got from your tree, isn't it? Yeah, so then where's your extra ability? You're supposed to get another ability on top of this, but it doesn't look like it gave you one. That's very strange. Maybe that's a percentage chance too. I thought it was just for everybody. I think that's the first time we haven't gotten an additional ability for somebody that went through training. But it does give you extra ability points as well, so that brings you up to 19, if you wanted to buy an additional ability. But you've already purchased most of the stuff that you have available. All of this is under the combat medic tree, so you would need to have the gremlin in order to use them. But you have rescue protocol, so you can use your gremlin to grant movement to an ally. You have the armor system, allows aid protocol to provide 1 armor in addition to anything else that they have going on, and it can repair shredded armor. And then threat assessment, aid protocol grants the target a covering fire overwatch shot. So, oh, I know, Crappy. I'm just saying, like, in the event that you wanted to use those abilities, you would still need to make sure that you keep the gremlin. But yeah, you've got some other good support abilities if you wanted to buy one of them. You've got 19 points now with the upgrade, so technically you could buy any of these 3 abilities that are available. Save it for now? Okay. We can do that too. Alright, chat. I think that covers everything. So, finally, let's get back in here. We're starting to get some people healed up. We got our mech troopers all healed up, which is good news. Let's continue to get our people healed as much as we can. We got our first war suit out fucking standing. War suits are boss. War suits are boss. Let's go check and see what we can do here. We can assign a new project. I think we've only got 1 more Illyrium core. Unfortunately, we don't have the supplies that we need to make another war suit. But, oh, look at that, chat. We've got the ability to make psi armor now as well. It's very expensive, though. We gotta have supplies, alloys, crystals, and a core. But psi armor is good because it's going to increase the abilities of our psychic people. So we could put the psi armor on Elijah and make his psychic abilities even better. Then you got the Wraith suit. So the Wraith suit is like lighter armor, but the benefit of the Wraith suit is that when you activate it, it allows you to like walk through walls, like literally walk through walls. Which is super good for characters that have high mobility, because then you just remove all the cover and everything. They just beeline it to wherever you want them to be, which can be really good for escaping and things like that. So Wraith suits can definitely be useful, but the war suits are expensive. The psi armor is expensive. We're currently working on an Illyrium core assembly, so I'll just let them continue to work on that for now. Oh, really? A Reconator says it can also unbind you from a snake bind. That is good intel. That is outstanding intel. Actually, before we get back to the geoscape, let's check the barracks. Let's see how things are going over here. Okay, alright. We got some people ready for action. Not as many as I'd like, but we've got a few people that are ready for action, so that's good. I think if something happens, we'll at least be able to put a full squad together. So that's important. In the meantime, let us take this opportunity of no UFO in the vicinity to get as many people healed up as we can.
I suppose since that worked, we might as well keep it up, Commander.
Covert operation is complete. You love to fucking see it. The Wraith armor, Virgin, which is the lighter version of power armor. So, like, the light version of plated armor gives you the grappling hook. The Wraith armor is basically, like the name suggests, it makes you a ghost, so you can just walk through walls. But what a Reconator is saying is that it also allows you to get out of a snake bind, which I didn't know because I've never tried it, but that's actually really cool. Makes sense. Wraith gives you grappling hook. Well, it might. I actually don't remember, because I never really used the Wraith suits, to be honest with you. For me, it was always, like, full war suit, because war suits are great. Like, you get extra armor, you get extra defense, extra HP, and you get the heavy weapons. So, like, war suits just turn you into a walking tank. Like, it's the closest you can get to being a mech trooper without cutting off your arms and legs. Alright, so, we could potentially throw a scientist at this combat intelligence. Typhoon is still in for 8 days. This is only going to take 5 days. Chat, do we make our German Dami Mommy smarter? I know Tribal was pushing for that, but I haven't actually seen Yes Now in the chat today. I mean, I think it's in keeping with the meme, right? Like, Yes is just so good at everything else. This is just, like, icing on the cake. Fear of Vipers. We still need to get rid of that. Alright. Let's make Yes Now smarter. Let's make Yes Now smarter.
We'll get the job done. Don't worry, Commander.
Alright. We will continue. We will continue to get our people healed up. Or not. Because XCOM has decided to throw ops at us. Let's see what we got, chat. Alright, we've got Operation Drift Cradle, where we need to neutralize the commander. We get a scientist for doing this mission. That's not a bad get. We need more scientists to increase our research speed. This will counter signal jamming, which is going to increase scanning times. Sitrep is high explosives. This combat zone has a high density of explosive material. It's in a subway. I feel like we know this map. I think if this is the map that I think it's gonna be, we've actually seen this map a couple of times this campaign. So let's see. Purple glowy room says we're dealing with Spectre, Snake, Gunner, Vanguard, Rocketeer, a Sectopod, Sentry, an Elite General. That's gonna be the commander we need to kill, and a heavy mech. Then we got Straya. It's only 9 enemies. Operation Goat Shell, not to be confused with Ghost Shell. Hack the workstation on an Advent train. We get about 200 supplies for this. This counters the infestation, places extra chrysalids on the mission. Location scout, we have advanced intel on the mission site and will be able to observe all enemy movements. That's actually pretty good. Again, we got a heavy mech, a commando, shield bearer, an archon, some mutons, a sectopod, and a couple of snakes. And then in Indonesia, we have Operation Stroking Bell. We need to sabotage a transmitter for 67 intel. Rapid response is the event that we're countering, which guarantees reinforcements on guerrilla ops. No sit rep for this one. And then what are our enemies? Go back up to the top, please. What enemies do we have? We have an Archon, a Muton, a Sergeant, a Flamethrower guy, a Trooper, a Sectopod, Lancer, Priest, and Rocketeer. So a lot of Advent. A lot of Advent on this one. Stroking the end of the bell. I mean, you're not wrong, BLM. You're not wrong. Stroking that bell. If you're one of the members of the Commonwealth, you will get more out of that operation name than the rest of us. Alright, chat, you know the drill. I'm gonna put you guys to a vote on this one. I'm gonna give you, let's see, I'll give you 3 minutes. And let's see where you want to go. So we can do Eastern US. We can do Australia. Or we can do Indonesia. So there you go, poll is up. Again, if you don't see it, refresh your stream and you should see it at the top. And I'll let you guys vote. And while you're voting, we will go through it one more time just to explain what we're dealing with. In the Eastern US, we're assassinating a commander. We're getting a scientist. We are canceling increased scanning times. And there are explosives dotted around the battlefield. In Australia, we are hacking a workstation for 200 supplies. We're countering additional chrysalids. And we have advanced intel, which will allow us to basically see the whole map. And then in Indonesia, we are sabotaging a transmitter for intel. This counters the additional reinforcements on guerrilla ops, and there is no sit reps, so there's no additional modifiers. So place your votes now, chat. Make your decision about which one you want, which operation you would like us to undertake, and then we will put together a team to make it happen. Again, across all 3, it's looking like we're dealing mostly with Advent troops, but on some of these, there's going to be a couple other things. You know, you got some sectopods on a few of them. There's an Archon and a Muton here. There's a couple of snakes mixed in here and there, but as usual, it's going to be largely Advent forces. Those supplies are Tim Tams. I mean, if we go to Straya, yeah, they're absolutely going to have some Tim Tams in there. Alright, Swift Draw, thanks for hanging around. Thanks for coming to join us for some Resistance operations. And as always, I hope you have an outstanding rest of your weekend, buddy. And same to you, King Panzer, as well. Thanks for hanging out with us for the Resistance. Always glad to have the support. Always glad to have the extra folks out here cheering us on while we go and take the fight to the A Lamau Menace. And to you as well, I wish a lovely rest of your Saturday and weekend. Alright, chat. I gave you 3 minutes, but I don't think you guys needed 3 minutes to figure it out. Y'all seem to have it pretty well locked in about where you want to go. Again, I'm not going to pretend like I'm surprised. So we got, what, maybe 15, 20 seconds left. Unless, you know, the big voter turnout, unless we have a big voter turnout at the last minute. I think it's going to be locked in for Straya. Tim Tams for the Tim Tam throne. You are correct. You are correct. Speaking of Tim Tams, chat. Yep. And Straya by a landslide. Straya by a landslide. I finished up the cheesecake that I put the Tim Tams on. I still have to work my way through the cherry cheesecake. I know, it's like, I know I sound like a fatty all the time because I'm always talking about food. Like, don't misunderstand. I don't actually eat that much, but man, I love food. I really love food. I do. It's one of the few joys in my life. And Erst says, time for Arma, have a good one. Alright, Erst. We'll get out there, try to keep everybody in one piece. And if you see Sierra out there, tell him to get off his ass and come join us on a stream once in a while. But otherwise, I hope you have good with the ops. Thanks for hanging out with us in the meantime, and we will catch you on the next one. Food is good. Food is indeed good. Food is great. Alright, chat. Y'all want to go to Australia? So we're going, well, I mean, basically we're just moving from one end of Australia to the other. But let's get this op underway. Now that we've actually got some people that aren't shot to shit. Alright, I don't think we're gonna take both of our mech troopers this time around. Let us take all of this wait, what? What? No, there you go. Put on the Kevlar armor. Now, give me this. Give me that too. There you go. Now you get out of here, Croyd. You already got to do your op today. Kolowski's back up though. Let's see. Let us kick out Serini because he already got to do his op today as well. You're out of here. You're out of here. Alright, who do we have that has not been on an op today? Let's see, we got EW and we got Erst, both ready. I definitely want to take a mech trooper with us if we can. Because Ro is still in the conditioning, I think we'll send in EW instead. So that way we can keep Erst available to go on an operation with Ro. Crappy says I volunteer. Well, you're already in the lineup, and we need a guy with a shotgun, so I think we can do that. I'll also drop Kolowski, because I don't think we need 2 shotguns. Let's see. Who else do we have? We have Dark Sarah. I'm okay with taking Dark Sarah on an operation. Who else do we have? We got General Quarters. Why not? Let's get General Quarters in there. Who else? Most of our rookies are ready to go as well, so let's see. Travis hasn't gotten into an op in a long damn time. So let's get Travis in there. And then who else are we gonna do? Who else? We just took out track tension, so maybe we put Thanosi in there. I've seen Thanosi in the chat today. Let's get you in there too. Alright, so now we got our team picked out. Now we gotta get them all equipped. So first and foremost, I need to go and grab all of the armor off of the people that are not going to be on this operation. Jotun, you give me that armor back, buddy, and give me the flamethrower. You're not going to need that in the infirmary. Let's see, Sierra, you can give me back the armor and the weapon. I'll let you keep the gremlin for now. Who else? Who else? I feel like that, yep, there we go. Track Tension was the other person I was thinking of that still had some equipment on him. I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, no, wait. Gotta take the stuff away from no carrying. Oh, damn. I didn't realize. We had more equipment out there than I thought. My bad. My bad. Alright. So. First and foremost, crappy sniper, since we're not taking anybody else with melee, right? Oh no, we kind of are. We're taking Travis, and Travis is all about that noise. Although for some reason it's giving you the auto pistol. I don't know why. But I think you get the rage suit. You get the rage suit because this is annoying. I wish we had an upgraded one, but we haven't researched that upgrade yet. And then we will give you the big gun. Let's see, this one is doing 7 to 10, this is doing 7 to 10. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take the prototype cannon with the advanced stock. There we go. And then, let's see, let's get our man's, his rifle, his definitely a sniper rifle. It's definitely not loaded with 12 gauge. Let's see, put the Mark II Gremlin on you. Let's make sure that you... Actually, you know what? If you're going to be up close and personal with that shotgun, it might be time for a war suit.
We're calling this heavy power armor the war suit. This is as tough and strong as we can make it, with plenty of power for handling heavy weapons.
Again, I don't have the war suits all set up for everybody. So Crappy, unfortunately, you're gonna have to deal with the default look on this operation. But the war suit, as you can clearly see, gives you a bunch of additional health. It gives you 2 armor, plus it also gives you the big-ass heavy weapon gauntlet as well. So let's see, we could... Ooh, you know what? I mean, it's hard to say no to a shredder gun. Don't worry, Crappy. I'll get your bush back. Don't worry. You'll just have to wait until next stream. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. I was not initially planning to use a lot of war suits and wraith suits in this playthrough, so I didn't set them up for everybody. So I need to go in and do that, is the problem. Alright, let's see. EW, you've got room for an auxiliary weapon, so let's see what we've got. We got flashbangs, we got more rockets. We could give you, oh, you know what? An acid bomb and a frost bomb are both good picks, I think. Or we could just give you another rocket. I mean, a rocket is a rocket. We do like rockets in this piece. Crappy says, give me a med kit. Why are you so needy? Why are you so needy? I mean, I say that, but you already know, chat. Mo med kits, mo better. Mo med kits, mo better. Alright, let's get some Warden armor for Dark Sarah. Give them the advanced flamethrower. They've already got the rail pistol, which is outstanding. And then we'll give them a med kit as well. Cody says, I'm back. Well, welcome back, Cody. Good to see you. Glad you made it all back in one piece. You're catching us just as we get ready to go on a resistance operation. Let's see. Again, Mo Medkit, Mo Beta. Let me double check his abilities. I know that Ivan Thanosi is a little bit... Yeah, he gets the 1 free smoke grenade and 1 free flashbang, in addition to whatever we take with him. So he gets some of the good stuff. So we got Speed Loader, where you're gonna reload whenever you sprint. But the advanced scope is really good. Let's give you the superior stock, though. Let's give you that guaranteed damage. And then I need to fix your customization. Let's see. There you go. Entire unit, please and thank you. There we go. High violence medic. I mean, don't get me wrong. You've got some good mobility and you're going to be up close anyway, Crappy, so giving you a med kit is not the worst idea. And then, last but not least, we got Soul Shitter Fuck Murder himself. The man, the myth, the legend. With his rocket launcher, and let's see, at 77 aim, he's actually doing okay, but I'm going to give him the Viper rounds. We always want to try to take those with us if we can, because that damage over time can be super, super useful. And let me get his appearance updated as well. Let's see. You are in here somewhere. There he is. Entire unit, please and thank you. And I think we're ready to go, chat. Am I missing anything? Are we good? I think we're good. We got our brand new warsuit. We got our mech trooper. We got everybody kitted out in the best escalation of violence equipment that we can field. I think it's time. When's that Candy Crush stream? I tell you what, Born Bat, the day that Candy Crush or the day that King decides to sponsor me for $1 million, that is when we will play Candy Crush. Until then, I cannot be bought. I cannot be bought. Tim Tam Rescue is a go. I like it. Let's get this started. Operation Goat Shell. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but it sounds awesome. Let's do it, chat. You forgot the thing. Look, BLM. You had like a whole 2 minutes in there when you could have said that you needed to go to the bathroom. It's too late. It's too late. And no, you're not allowed to have a glass of water before you go to bed, because then you're just gonna wake up early because you have to go to the bathroom. We've been over this. XCOM, are you okay? XCOM. Oh, we got sound.
One of our contacts.
There we
word
go.
that Advent forces have been conducting local area sweeps from trains in this
Wow,
region.
look.
And the remote terminal they're using
Look,
is
I don't
currently
normally
exposed
pay
on their
attention to the
network.
locations.
We're after data critical to the aliens' latest project. So we're heading
But I
to
want you to
seize
look at the
control of
location on
access
this.
point. Clear out any hostile
And then I want
resistance
you to
in this
remember
area
that this
and
is in
secure the
Australia.
train. This is our chance to stop their
And then I want you to
progress.
remember that we're bringing an Australian on this mission. And then I want you to remember that that Australian has a giant knife on their back. I just feel like XCOM 2 is listening. Sometimes. Exactly, no notes. Chef's kiss.
Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. The access point we're after is just ahead. Move to secure the area. Expect hostile resistance.
Commander, we managed to access an old reconnaissance satellite passing over the AO. We've got a complete picture of the area. There shouldn't be any surprises on this one.
You love to see that shit. Okay, so this is good. We already know what we're walking into. We know where all the towers are. We know where the pods are. Outstanding. Give me more of this. Give me more of this. Alright, so we got snakes and a sectopod all the way over here. We got the 2 turrets posted up high, but we can avoid them by going through the building. Let's see. What else do we got? I mean, we got this pod in the middle, the Archon and the Mutons. Where's pod 3? Oh, here they are. Alright. We got the Mech Trooper, a Shield Bearer, and a Commando. So if we're careful, we can try to take these guys out individually. The only problem is... So, here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing. The you can see everything is a double-edged sword. Because the only thing that keeps other pods from triggering is you not being able to see them. When you can see everything, that goes out the window. So pod management is going to be even more important than it normally is, because the second we kick this off, they're all going to start coming for us. So we got to be very, very careful, and we got to pick our positioning very, very carefully. Now on the plus side, because we know where the enemies are, we can pick our positioning carefully because we can avoid all the areas where we don't want to be. The only problem is we're kind of limited. What I wanted to do was go around the backside, but the issue with that is there's a tower over here, and there's no way in on this side. So we either have to go through the building, or we have to kick it off early. And I don't think there's a, I don't think this is a building. Like, this doesn't have a roof. So we can't go through here to avoid the turrets. They're gonna see us no matter what. So it's kind of a shit setup, all things being equal. It might be better to start down south, try to pull this pod first, and then deal with the others as they come in. Because what I would like to do is get around the backside first so we can hit this pod, but I don't think there's a way to get to them without being seen first. Because the gate is here, which is under the tower, so it's kind of butt cheeks. It's kind of butt cheeks. We're gonna make it work, though. We're gonna make it work. Again, XCOM is about making the best of a bad situation, and that's literally all we have to do.
Double time. I'm all over it.
This actually makes it easier for us to position because we can see everything, so we know where to go to avoid the enemies. Just want to say, your speech here is excellent and cannot be misconstrued in dirty ways. Listen, I know I've said this before. I lace almost all of my speech with double entendres and innuendo on purpose. Like, I've been doing it for so long, it's just a force of habit. I don't even pay attention to, like, I appreciate that you appreciate that, but I want you to know, like, most of the time, it's entirely unintentional.
Copy that.
Well, that's not true. I'll say like half the time it's unintentional.
Push forward.
But at the same time, if you're getting something out of it, that's all that matters. Okay, so you guys are gonna go that way. That's good. Do please put some more distance between you and me. I appreciate the work. Well, I appreciate that you appreciate it. And there's the sectopod, just fucking Kool-Aid manning his way through the entire map. You love to see it. Alright, so who is this? This is Travis. Travis has got the heavy gun. I'm okay with that. Unfortunately, we're a little too close to the tower. So we'll put Travis here.
Moving out.
Get you into a good position to have a shot on these donkeys when they come around. The rest of the boys, we're gonna have to take a little bit of a different route. Boss thinks you wouldn't fit in a place like Bishojo. I mean, listen. It's not that I wouldn't fit. I think I would fit. I just don't think Bishojo wants me. I don't think that they would want to deal with me.
Yeah!
I barely want to deal with me.
Gotta keep your eyes open.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do, chat. What I wanna try to do, anyway, is I would like to attempt to not destroy all of the loot. Because that's a thing that we do on almost every mission where there's loot. I do remember that, Travis. I do remember. Don't worry, you're gonna get your chance, the lone wolf. Trust and believe. Damn, our options are kind of limited here. Let's do this. And then general quarters. Man, your movement is even worse than everybody else's. Good lord. Alright, let's see what they're gonna do next. Let's see what they're gonna do next. And they are slowly making their way this direction. Now, the other thing that we have to keep in mind is that once we kick this off, because again, we are in concealment, once we kick this off, we're only going to have 7 turns. So, what do we got? I saw somebody had a hack, right? Hack. If I took... Oh, you hacked the thing. Got it. Yeah, you kind of suck as a hacker, Crappy. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know that's not why we have you as a, you know, that's not why we gave you the gremlin, but man, your hacking sucks. Alright. I think we wait him out for one more turn, so let's position ourselves accordingly. Crappy, you need to be in a good spot, so I think we'll put you back over here. Just so that you can charge them with the shotgun when the time comes. General quarters, you go ahead and take up position on this side of the cab. Now that we actually know where they're going. And again, we're not going to make the mistake of having all of our people all clustered together so that they can get blown up by a single grenade.
I'm on it.
Faceless is the alien defense version of Men of Fighting Age. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what you were trying to say there. I'll just say that I agree. That's what you're supposed to do, right, chat? Alright, I got a feeling they're gonna, like, come down here and then go through this little area.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and get Dark Sarah up close. And we will just have you go on pistol overwatch in the event that things go south. EW, we need to get you out of sight, buddy, before you blow this for everybody. I think he'll be okay back here. I mean, that technically counts as full cover, so I'm just gonna hope that's enough to block line of sight. And then, where do we put Thanosi, is the question. Where indeed? Think we put him back here? Let him be our man in reserve? No flame their overwatch? No, absolutely not, Shinigami.
I'm on it.
Alright, let's see what they're gonna do. Alright, that's not exactly how I was expecting that to go. I was definitely expecting them to go the other direction. That's okay, that's okay. We will make it work. Some of our people are immune to fire. They are indeed. They are indeed. Alright, so, first things first, I'm the realist. General quarters, you are on Overwatch, my friend.
Why are we stopped?
Don't worry about it. We'll get to that in a second. Let's see. Dark Sarah. Normally I would have you flamethrower Overwatch, but I think because of the range, I'm going to have you pistol Overwatch instead. EW, you are also going to Overwatch, my friend.
I'm covering you.
Crappy, I'm going to hold you in reserve. Thanosi, I'm also going to hold you in reserve. And it's time for Travis to kick things off. So, for whatever reason, it doesn't let me run up on him with a knife. So that is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. We could Rage Strike. But unfortunately, that's also only going to damage one enemy. However, we could make that enemy the heavy mech. Are you behind cover? Okay, so if I do this right here, you're going to be behind cover. I could also do it here and you're going to be behind cover. It's just that you're going to be very exposed, so I pretty much have to finish these guys off. Otherwise, you're going to get shot in the back. Here, we save the Rage Strike. And we start the party with a bang. Because thankfully, Travis doesn't have them little girly noodle arms. He's actually got a throwing arm. Let's do it, chat. Let's start this party off with a bang. And that shreds all the armor.
We're in their sights.
And apparently sets a bunch of fires. There goes the shield bearer. There goes the commando. And the mech has decided to go sentinel. Or to go into Overwatch. That is not a great idea for you, my friend. Could fire the shredder gun, don't really need to. Instead, we'll just give you some buckshot. We got a 95% chance. And 7 and 9 damage works for me. I'd love to get close though. Is there a way that we can knock off this Overwatch? Vanosi, if you move here, you do in fact have a shot. Now why is it saying, oh, you're not flanked from there? Alright, so here's what we do. If I move you here, you also have a shot. Outstanding.
Orders confirmed. On the
So
move.
we'll rotate. Why do you get a shot on that? Why do you get a shot on that? I wouldn't get a shot on that. Any bangers in chat? I mean, that depends on what you mean by bangers, Perk Princess. I mean, we could be talking about, like, songs, bangers. We could be talking about bangers as in... Listen, do you mean bangers in a sexual way? Is kind of what I'm getting at. That's what I'm asking. Do you mean bangers in a sexual way? Alright, so here's what we'll do. We've already pulled off the Overwatch. So... the Nosi's got a 92% chance. I say we take it. Got a good hit. And then our man's Crappy rolling up here. Let's get as close as we can. Speaking of sexual. No, I know what bangers are, Travis. Don't get me wrong. I understand. But you can take the bangers as a sausage and then interpret that, like extrapolate that metaphor into a sexual metaphor. Just saying. Just saying. Too much thinking is occurring. Perk Princess, I know you're probably relatively new here, but I do that a lot. I overthink everything. Especially when I'm playing XCOM. That's just kind of my thing. Anyway, let's get our man's Crappy Sniper up here as close as we possibly can. He can see the mech. And yeah, we're gonna give him the old Texas blowjob. You love to see it. You love to see it. Just heard start with a bang and my brain did an autofill. Oh my god, chat, look. Apparently, one of the mods that I downloaded fixed the thing where they all know where you are. so they don't all immediately converge on us. Chat, we have been gifted. We have been gifted a boon. The greatest of gifts. I mean, the timer's still ticking, so we have to move. But at least we can engage on our own terms. Oh, look at that. Megas is here. Look, guys. Well, you can't really see it, but because I can't zoom in, but Megas is here. There you go. See? Megas. I XCOM'd XCOM. How about that? Almost like how the game should have worked from the start. Yeah, that's true. That's true.